Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to take a look at how to upload your artifacts. And to begin, we are at the home screen within our campus. There are two primary tabs up top. There's the Home and the Assigned Matrices. These are the two primary tabs that you will use to navigate this application. I will begin by selecting Assigned Matrices. Now when I select Assigned Matrices, a similar screen appears, but different. What we need to pay attention to, and the only thing that you should only select in the screen, are contained within the To Submit or in the To Assess. But for this purpose of uploading your artifact, i.e. your body of evidence, we are only going to specifically deal with To Submit. Now if we look, here's the assessment title. You will practice this in a minute, and we begin by looking at the assessment title, which is the program training, which is what you are currently completing right now. Now if we look under my assessment, there's a hyperlink which is called Submit Your Items. When I select Submit Your Items, I am taken to a new screen, which is the Matrix Assessment. The assessment title is listed up top, and there's a legend. Now the legend is really important because the legend will help you navigate and let you know where you are at in regards to completing each one of the dimensions and components. So if we take a look at the legend, the first color is gray. Gray signifies not started. Not started means specifically that you have not begun any activity with this particular dimension and component. And let's take a moment and look at the dimension and component. So the dimension in this case is accountability, and within accountability we have preparation. So we have accountability is the dimension and the component is preparation. Next is accountability recruitment. As we can see, this one is not started. There's accountability selection and accountability support. Now I'm also going to scroll down a little bit further just to provide you a quick overview that the rest of the dimensions for design and governance are also listed. So you have a singular view of all 12 rubrics that you will be completing. So you'll be able to keep track of where you are at in regards to completing each one of these indicators. So next, if we look at the legend, we'll see that there is something called started. Started means that you have begun working on loading your artifacts, however, you have not finished. So the cell would display in yellow. Submitted means that you have loaded artifacts for submission and you are ready to move to the next stage. We will not be discussing the next stage in this tutorial though. Accepted means that the liaison has reviewed all of your material and has accepted your submission and it is now ready for review. Returned is the brown hue. Return means that there was a problem with your submission. The liaison will detail all of the potential issues within that particular dimension and component and tell you what needs updated. Completed means that it has went for review and the reviewers have completed all of the analysis. So you'll be able to monitor everything throughout the life cycle of your quality indicator project. So let's scroll back down now and take a look at the accountability preparation. Within the accountability preparation, we can see that something has already been started. Now if I select Open Cell, first I'll see the name of the matrix column, which is the name of the dimension, which is the preparation, and the matrix row, which is accountability. So in case if you forget where you're at, you can always refer back to here. In addition, in description, there are also the tasks involved. Now the tasks have been overly simplified. There is one which is uploading your artifacts, and that's all we're doing for this first segment. Next, if we look at assessments, this will give you a hyperlink to the actual rubric. You cannot make any edits to this particular rubric here. However, if you'd like to view it, you can. But that's not the purpose nor the intent at this point. Next, the only thing that you're going to be doing at this point is uploading your documents and artifacts. So in this case, you can see that previously that I have loaded 3 artifacts, Artifact 1, Artifact 2, and Artifact 3. And what we tell individuals is to use specific naming conventions. Whatever the name of your artifact is what you want to title your document. And you'll also see that it states that current status does not allow for submission. And that is because that I have already submitted this. And if we look back at the legend, and if we look back at purple, which means submitted. Now, if I do need to make changes, all I need to do is contact my liaison. The liaison can then return the dimension and component to you so that you can add or delete any other artifacts that you need. So let's begin now by taking a look at recruitment. So I'm going to first select Open Cell. When I select Open Cell, it's the same as described before, but notice that the color has changed to the grain hue, which means not started. Everything is identical, except the difference here is now that I do not have any documents or artifacts currently loaded. The first thing I need to do is simply select Add New. When I select Add New, I'm given several options. The only option that you're going to want to use is File on my PC. And when you select File on my PC, you'll give this a title. So again, I'm just simply going to call this Artifact 1. Next, it asks for a description. Notice that this is optional. For your own purposes, you have the opportunity to add a description, although it is not essential. Next, I'll need to select Upload a File. I do this by selecting Choose File. Now when I select Choose File, I'm taken to my folder structure. So I'm going to select my first artifact, select Open, and Save. Now I'll need to repeat this for each one of my artifacts. So next I will select File again for my PC, Artifact 2, select Choose File, and select Save. Now if I select the wrong document, in order to remove a document, this is really simple. Simply select the checkbox. This will remove the artifact. Now something to note, if you do remove this, you'll need to re-upload the file. So I've just deselected Artifact 1 and notice that it's gone. Now say for some particular reason you get busy and you cannot finish, simply select Save Changes. Now let's take a look again and let's go back down to Accountability Recruitment. Notice that my color has changed to yellow. Let's review. What does yellow mean? Yellow means that it's been started, but I have not submitted. So let's suppose that I'm ready to go back and make changes again. So I will select Open Cell. So unlike in purple, I still have the capability to add artifacts. So I want to go back, select File on my PC. I'm going to call this Artifact 1, choose File, go back and select Recruitment, and save. Now remember, I have to have 3 to submit, So I'll need to repeat this one more time, so I'll go back and select Add New, File on my PC, Artifact 3, and save. Now the last thing that you'll need to do to submit this so that you can move onto the next stage is you'll need to submit for evaluation, which is this button down here. Now something to also note is there are also status notes for changes. If you feel the need that you need to leave a specific note for you, your team, or anybody else, leave your notes here. So I have loaded all 3 documents. Use this as the method to communicate with your organization as well as with your liaison. Next, hit Submit for Evaluation. Now note, are you sure you want to submit this cell for review and evaluation? Yes, you are. So select OK and select Close. And now notice, your color has changed from yellow to purple. That concludes this section